I'm Mariah Carey, and watch out because the Emancipation of Mimi is on the way to China. It's Like That is basically just a fun party song. I recorded it with Jermaine Dupri in Atlanta, and it was just, we were just having a good time in the studio, just wanted to make a real fun party record, and I'm really excited that it's a first single. The video for It's Like That was directed by Brett Ratner, who's a great director. He directed my video for Heartbreaker, which is one of my favorite videos, as well as a lot of great movies like Rush Hour 2, Family Man, and there's actually two videos. Part 1 is It's Like That, and Part 2 is We Belong Together, which is the second single. I love working with Brett Ratner because, well, first of all, he doesn't even really do music videos anymore because he just, he does big movies and he's very successful, but he's a really good friend, and he's also got a great eye, and he knows me really well, and he knows what really works for me, and I think that it's just a good collaborative team that we have going. The video was shot in this amazing mansion in LA. It's like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's probably the most beautiful place I've ever been in LA. And it's got an incredible view, and it's like this old castle in Los Angeles. It was really cool. I forget the name of it, but it was really cool. Well, I have to kind of see how Brett is editing the video, so it's hard for me to get too deep into the concept, but just like I said before, there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. In the beginning, you sort of see me in this fabulous mansion, at this party, and you see the different characters, and the story unfolds as we're in there, which takes us to the part 2 of We Belong Together, which further explains the story and comes out to this surprise ending. So I can't go much deeper than that, but that's the basic thing. We Belong Together is the last song I did for the album. I wrote it with Jermaine Dupri, and I feel like it's probably one of the best songs we've written together. We started working together when we did Always Be My Baby for the Daydream album, and I feel like this song kind of picks up where that song left off. It's a really kind of emotional song, but it's still kind of like a young record because the beat is really hot, because Jermaine is a great producer, and so I'm excited for that single to come out. Another one of my favorites from the album is Mine Again, which I did with James Poyser, and it's very much like a big ballad, but we tried to keep the production really sparse so that the vocals would come through, and a lot of people really like that song. It's one of their favorites on the album because it's very it's heartfelt, but it's not overly produced. Let's see, what other songs I want to talk about. Oh, one of my other favorite songs on the record is a song called Shake It Off, which is another record that I did with Jermaine Dupri. It's just got a really kind of cool storyline to it, and it's very catchy. The beat is really hot, and I recorded it in Atlanta, and once we did that song, I was just listening to it over and over again because it's so catchy, and it's just really, I don't know, it's just one of my favorite songs that I've ever done, so I'm really looking forward to that one coming out, and I really hope it becomes a single. Let's see. Fly Like a Bird is another one of my favorite songs on the record. It's very different from most of the album because it's an inspirational song. It kind of talks about what's going on in the world as well, but it's really, it was very, I loved performing that song in the studio because I was really inspired by the lyrics and by the spiritual content of the song. So that's one of my favorites on the album. Well, working with L.A. Reid was such a great thing because although he's the CEO of Island Def Jam, he's also a great producer in his own right. So I was so happy, and I felt like it was such a blessing that he came to the company and he was there to do this record, The Emancipation of Mimi, along with me, because he brought another vision to it, and I think he really understands who I am as an artist. So he didn't come in and try to change me. He just would give different ideas, and it wasn't like anything he said was something that I had a problem with. Everything he said I really kind of learned from and enjoyed. So I think it was a really good combination. The two of us working together, it's like something that I've been kind of waiting for in my life. Working with Kanye is something that I've really always wanted to do, and we've tried to get together a few times before this album, but it just didn't work out until now. So it was really great that we got the opportunity to get together. We did a song called Stay the Night, which is one of the first records that I did for the album, and a lot of people say it's their favorite song. It's got a really strong, powerful vocal performance, and the track is really hot, so I'm glad we had the chance to work together because I think he's really, really talented. And you know, I loved his album this past year, and so it was really great to have this opportunity. Well, I really enjoyed working with Nelly on the song that we have called To the Floor, and when we first did it, it was like one of my favorite songs that I had done for the record. It was great working with him in the studio. He really brought a lot to the table because he has a lot of great melodic ideas, and so I was really impressed, and I really enjoyed that collaborative moment. I was really happy that I was able to work with him. Snoop is just a really cool person. We worked together on the Rainbow album on a song called Cry Baby, which is one of my favorite songs. That song was produced by Demiza, who's a really good friend of mine, and Snoop has just always been really cool with me. He's just always been a gentleman, and he's one of my favorite rappers, so I'm glad we could work together on this album. The song we did together is a Neptunes track called Say Something, and a lot of people love that song. That's a lot of people's favorite record, so it was cool. I love performing live for my fans around the world because it's interesting to see how people in different territories react to different songs, just to get a read on what really moves people, and it's interesting to see how alike we all are in a lot of ways. By traveling the world and singing songs for fans around the world, it just shows me that, you know, all the boundaries and barriers that we have are so unnecessary because music is so universal that it brings people together, and it's just enlightened me as a person in a lot of ways. I'm hoping to tour internationally in 2005. Yes, I have to get the whole thing together, figure out how I'm going to do it, but I'm really looking forward to performing songs from the Emancipation of Mimi live because they're really kind of tailor-made for that.